Have you ever wondered what lies inside a hidden clay bank deep in the mountains? Today, we're checking traditional earth cavities we prepared for wild honeybees. But what started as a simple check turned into a massive surprise. 3 active wild nests hidden in a steep roadside embankment. Let's climb up, handle the wild bees with care, and extract some incredibly thick, golden forest honey. Let's go. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm taking you along on a journey deep into the highland forests of northern Vietnam. The weather is a bit overcast and the air is heavy with humidity, which is quite typical for this time of the year. Right now, I'm walking along a rough, rocky mountain path. As you can see, the ground is littered with loose stones and red clay, washed out by the recent rains. But this rugged terrain is exactly where we want to be. Up on the hillside to my left, there's a dense patch of green brush and young trees. If you look closely, you might spot some tiny movements. That's right, honeybees. Before we head up there, let me explain a little bit about what we are doing today. In these mountains, we practice a traditional method of wild honey harvesting called dap hak, which translates to creating or preparing natural earth cavities. Years ago, or sometimes just a few months back, we went along these slopes and dug small hollows into the clay banks, covering them with flat rocks and leaving just a tiny entrance. Over time, wild honeybee swarms search for safe shelter to build their nests, and these quiet, dark clay cavities are the perfect real estate for them. It saves us from destroying the forest trees and allows the bees to build their nests in a semi-managed, natural environment. I'm pointing up toward the crest of the hill now. There's a cavity up there that I prepared a while ago, and from down here at the foot of the hill, I can already see some bees buzzing back and forth. I'm wearing a pair of simple protective gloves today. Nothing too fancy, just enough to give me a bit of confidence as I work. Now, I'm gently prying away the large flat stone that I used to seal this cavity. Oh, look at that. There it is. The comb is nestled beautifully inside the earth chamber. It's not a massive nest, but the quality looks outstanding. If you look closely at the upper section of the comb, you can see the white, waxy caps. In the beekeeping world, we call this capped honey. It means the bees have evaporated the excess moisture from the nectar and sealed it with a fresh layer of wax to preserve it. This is the sign of fully ripe, high-quality honey that won't ferment. I'm reaching in with a small, sharp knife. When harvesting wild honey, I gently slice through the wax. The bees are starting to fly around my hands, but because I'm moving slowly and avoiding any crushing motions, they remain relatively calm. There is a gentle breeze blowing up the hill, which helps disperse any alarm pheromones. Here comes the first piece. It's incredibly heavy for its size, dripping with thick, light amber liquid. I placed the harvested comb gently into a clean plastic bag. This first nest is small, but it has yielded a very decent amount of honey. We are back down on the paved road winding through the valley. This road makes traveling between different hillsides a lot easier. But even right here by the roadside, nature has its surprises. As I scan the steep, fern-covered embankment to my right, I notice quite a few bees foraging on the small white wildflowers growing along the ditch. There are actually 3 separate wild colonies nesting within a 20-meter radius. We will start with the nest under the boulder first. This second nest is situated in a natural rock crevice beneath a massive boulder. This is a classic wild nesting site. Rocks offer incredible protection against the elements and predators, but they also make excavation a lot tougher for us. I can't just dig through solid stone. I have to work with the natural cracks. I carefully reach my gloved hand inside to feel the structure. There are some loose stones wedged into the crevice. As I remove a larger stone blocking the view, the honeycomb comes into sight. Oh my, look at the color of this comb. It's much darker and more golden than the first one we harvested. The wax has a beautiful, rich texture. Let's get our tools ready and start harvesting. I'm reaching deep into the rock crevice with my knife. Because the space is so confined, I have to rely on touch and precision. I slowly make a clean cut at the top of the comb. As I pull the first piece out, wow, just look at that golden dome. It is absolutely loaded with honey. The honey here is incredibly thick, almost like warm caramel. When I slice into the cells, the honey doesn't just run off. It stretches into long, elegant golden threads. This high viscosity is a testament to the purity of wild forest honey. The bees have done an incredible job of ripening this batch. I continue to work my way inside, extracting the honey-laden sections of the comb. The bees are buzzing around my face now, but they aren't being aggressive. They are just curious and slightly confused by the sudden light in their dark home. I make sure to leave the brood comb intact, resting safely deep inside the back of the crevice where I can't reach, which is perfect for their survival. This crevice is a gold mine. Every piece I pull out is heavier than the last. After harvesting the rest of the roadside nests, we are back down at my motorcycle to wrap things up. What an incredibly successful day. I've gathered our harvest into 2 large, clean plastic bags. Let's bring out our hanging spring scale and see exactly what we got. I hope the first bag of comb honey onto the scale. Look at the needle go. It stops right at 1.7 kilograms. That's nearly 4 pounds of pure comb and honey from our first small nest. Now, let's weigh the second bag, which contains the harvest from the roadside crevice nests. This bag is massive. I lift it up, hook it on, and the needle swings all the way to 3.5 kilograms. That's over 7.5 pounds. In total, we have over 5 kilograms, about 11 pounds, of premium, wild mountain honey. As we look at these 2 bags side by side, you might notice something interesting. The honey in the first bag has a lighter, pale yellow hue, while the honey from the crevices is a deep, warm amber. This variation is completely natural and depends entirely on the types of wild forest flowers the bees visited in different microenvironments. I also want to share a quick tip with my American viewers about natural honey. Many people get worried when they see honey turn solid or sugary over time. In the scientific community, we call this crystallization. It is a completely natural process, especially for pure, raw wild honey. When the temperature drops below 15 degrees Celsius, about 59 degrees Fahrenheit, the natural glucose in the honey separates from the water and forms tiny crystals. In many Western countries, crystallized honey is highly sought after because it's easy to spread on toast and guarantees that the honey is 100% raw and unprocessed. If your honey crystallizes, don't worry, it hasn't gone bad. Just place the jar in a warm water bath and it will return to its liquid state. Thank you so much for joining me on this wild adventure today. If you enjoyed this video and want to support more sustainable, natural harvesting content, please hit that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, stay wild and take care.